Okay, I'll try to sum up the key dimensions that we are going to use on the topic of emotional intelligence in our ethics answer writing. So, the first thing that we have to keep in mind is that whenever there is a question of AI, we have to go back to the key components of emotional intelligence. Those are 4 components, and they would be self-awareness and self-regulation or management, we could say, and the other two would be social awareness and social relation management or regulation. So these will give us the macro dimensions that we can think for the purpose of AI. So let's say where can we use AI? We can use, or the AI part is very much important in self-awareness thing. So let's say, for example, when we want to develop self-awareness, we can do journaling, or we could do some self introspection, and we can bring up what are different insights on our aspects. So that will improve our emotional intelligence. So this is one macro dimension. So the other three are self-regulation. This can be done by controlling our emotions. Social awareness will be done by social interactions, meeting with different types of people, getting to know different people, having tolerance towards different cultures, and relationship management also. This is also another macro dimension. So we'll try to think in this format whenever there's a question on AI. The other linkage that we can make in a question of AI is that the link with administration and governance. So for governance, we could essentially, for both administration and governance, we could use some keywords like turning it from closed system to open system of administration. And in open system, we'll have public participation, that is participative approach. And also we could also include the Weberian bureaucratic model limitation. So what this says is objectivity should be the core basic or core principle for deciding the things that has to be done in administration and governance. So but that comes with a set of limitations. So when we completely rely on rules and facts, so they can sometimes lead to inaction, or when there are no facts available, there will be no idea what has to be done. So this thing can be related in such way. So apart from this, we can directly relate AI with civil services, and this argument can be opened up in 3 dimensions, that is on individual level and organizational level and at public level. So on individual level, what does the AI help in civil services? So it helps in managing job pressures and work-life balance. It also helps in maintaining motivation, which is an essential component of AI. So by motivation, that I meant is having higher purpose and ability to delay the gratification for higher order pleasures, let's say societal good or societal harmony. These things would act as keywords and let the examiner know that okay, there's a decent grasp of concept by the student. So that is why I'm trying to note down all the key points and keywords that I want to use in my answer. And organizationally, so what is the use of AI organizationally? So we could say As a civil servant, it is important to build team spirit, and it is also important to manage the hierarchy. So this is only possible with civil services, because it will turn the management to leadership, and it will also improve the collaborative approach and also consultative approach. So instead of giving orders to everyone and acting like all high might, so what we can do is we could choose these paths by being emotionally intelligent. And public argument should be relatively easy to articulate, because so as a public servant you need patience, because you will be facing a lot of people, lot of criticism, lot of media negativity. So it's essential in that thing. It is also needed for communication establishment with the locals, let's say. Or without emotional intelligence you could probably say anything, or which might be very normal for a bureaucrat to say, but it might negatively affect the emotions of the common public, and that might lead to adversities. And it is also needed for building social capital. So by this what I meant is, so if you have the capability to influence other people's emotions, and let's say try to use it for overall good. For example, joint forest management, wherein the local tribals of the forest area also help in the management of forest. This is essentially a win-win situation for both of us if we had used the intelligence, that is emotional, in a proper way. So these would be some dimensions to open up in the context of civil services. Though other things that we can link, what will they be? Okay, yeah. So one thing we can do is how is EI developed. So the other thing would be EI, we could say negative consequences. So this thing is it can be used to manipulate people in a wrong way. Let's say Hitler's case would be a good example. And EI is a trainable component. So that also means if you train it wrongly, it will lead to wrong decision making and will lead to more worse outcomes. So for developing the AI, the approach is pretty much standard. So anything that influences the development of values and morals, that will also, or we could say that could also help play a role in developing AI. So that there comes society, family, friends, role models, religion, etc., etc. So these should ideally sum up the components of EI. So okay, like we have to keep in mind that these are the only arguments in EI, and these have to be substantiated by examples, then only our answer will look holistic. So that's it.